What's good people? Soul Brother number one coming back at you from Bad Street, USA. Today we're going to take a look at Mondo's 1/6 scale, that's 12-inch He-Man. Now as you can see, this box is real nice. Its packaging is real nice. From one of my previous videos, you kind of gauge my likes for boxes or lack thereof when I was going to throw one away. This one will probably get thrown away too, but it's nice. Check out that artwork on the front. It's pretty cool. But how I like it, it's a magnetic flap that opens up. You can see the picture there with He-Man standing in the drawbridge of Castle Grayskull. And on this side, you have the actual figure in there. I like that flap. I may keep this for a little while, but it's they'll probably eventually wind up going in the trash. Got a little write-up on the back with in the drawbridge of Castle Grayskull. Now let's take a look, get the figure out of here. See how we can open this here. I remember back in the day I first got the original He-Man. Me and my brother was supposed to go to the movies to see Megaforce. Remember that movie? We stopped by KB toy stores, going up and down the aisle. I bent the corner and I saw He-Man. When I first saw it, I didn't know what it was. The first thing that came to my mind was I said Conan. Then I said, no, he got blonde hair. The very next thing I said was Thundar. And I'm like, nah, and I looked, I was like, He-Man. I was like, oh, okay. So we went, my brother picked up Man at Arms. We went to my mom's. We were like, oh, can we get this? She was like, okay, you get this. You know, you can't go to the movie today. That's why I haven't seen Megaforce to this day. On that day, I chose to get He-Man instead of going to see Megaforce. From what I hear, that turns out to be a pretty good decision. One thing I didn't like about the original He-Man, even though I dig it, was they were cracked, that bent at the knees position. Other than that, you know, the He-Man was cool, but that's why I like all the subsequent iterations of the He-Man action figure with the straight legs where you can bend them if you want. But all right, here we got Mondo seemed to package them pretty good. They got a clamshell. We're gonna take this clamshell off. I don't think it's taped anywhere. No tape anywhere. Figure, let's take a look. Comes with battle axe. Of course, He-Man has to always come with a battle axe. And I don't know if you can see it, but check out that detail on that axe. It's not just molded in regular old plastic. They got some detail on that. That's a nice looking battle axe right there. Battle axe, not a regular axe, battle axe. Comes with, of course, with the power sword. Got to be, you know, He-Man. Probably wouldn't be He-Man without a power sword, right? Comes with a knife and a boot sheath. It goes around the boot. Comes with 3 extra hands. Got a pointing hand. For some reason, I don't know. A gripping hand. And this is a gripping hand where it hinges different, so you can replicate that about a power Grayskull stance. You'll probably get that later on. Yeah, it goes just like that. It hinges just like that, so you can replicate him holding up the sword in the transformation. Also comes with oh, what is this? I don't know what this is. I have no idea what this is. maybe a stand of some sort. We'll figure that out later. Let's get to the figure now. Mondo has the shield's in the back. Here we go. He-Man got to have a shield, even though on the animated series he didn't have one. But we all know He-Man comes with a shield. Leather strap on the inside and the handle. It's a nice looking shield too. And it comes with an extra head. No, you're mad, about to do some damage. I guess, whatever. All right. Get the figure out the plastic. I'm guessing they wrapped it so you won't get any paint rub on there, because they put the plastic underneath the harness. Okay. Yeah, that's a nice looking figure. Kind of stiff. Kind of stiff at the bicep joint. The bicep swivel. There we go. A little pressure. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good representation of He-Man right there. Loincloth. Thought it was gonna feel. It's made to mimic fur. You know, I know it's not fur, but you know, it looks good. Doesn't feel all that good. But hey, you're gonna be feeling on this loincloth anyway, right? All right, let's go over the articulation. You get 360 rotation on the head. Arms, you get the T-pose. Arms go out that high. Bicep swivel. I think it's just single jointed elbows. You get that much bend in the elbows. You got the diaphragm cut, and you got a waist swivel. I'm not trying to move this. A couple of people had a problem with their 12-inch He-Man when it first came out. When they swiveled the waist, it came straight off. Mondo did send out replacements if you send it to them, but yeah, that's not coming out. Hopefully, I ain't gonna bend it too much. All right, you got leg goes out about that far, maybe back about that much. Got double jointed knees. No boot cut. Got that fur on the boot. That's nice. See, this feels better than the loincloth. I don't know, that just feels loincloth feel funky. That fur around the boot, that's nice. Be careful of bending this thing. Okay. Get him back down. Now the gauntlets on his arm is a bit different. It's like a wrap, and then it has something, I don't know what that is on there. And then this wrist bracer looks a little different, but you know the original He-Man had that wrist bracer. And then the harness. It's different, but it looks close enough to the original to where you were like, oh yeah, that's his harness. Now Mondo came out, this is a version 2. Mondo's first attempt at a 12-inch He-Man, and I'm thinking why they came out with this is because they got met with a whole lot of criticism because it really didn't look like He-Man. It was like a barbarian, just a generic barbarian, and they called it He-Man. So I guess they got a lot of complaints, and they said, well, you know what? Let's come out with one, and we're gonna make it He-Man. So let's see what okay. That's how his harness connects in the back. You can take it off, but I'm not going to take it off right now. Just going to hook it back up. I heard a lot of reviews that it was loose fitting, but it's loose, but it's not loose enough to bother me. I mean, that's pretty cool. Yeah, as we can see. Okay, there we go. Now we're gonna let's see if we can equip this bad boy on up. Put the shield on. I think I heard. Let's see. In order for us to put the shield on, we're gonna have to switch out the hands if we want them to hold that handle, grip that handle. Well, first, let's see if we can get them in that by the power of Grayskull stands. Take off, put the hand in here. Goes in just like that there. Let's see if we can get some reference. See how they got him standing here. We're gonna recreate that pose. Hand is pretty pliable. You should be able to get the sword in there without any problems. Yes, sir. Head came off. Guess he only looks up about that high. It's not too good. Yeah. That neck joint doesn't go back far enough for me, but that peg in the neck. I don't know how they got him looking up. All right, he ain't gonna stand. Okay, there's your lift the arm up a little bit more. All right, his head don't want to look up, but hey, it's close enough. There's your by the power of Grayskull. He got the power. If you want to go with that the cartoon version, there you go. Most of the time, I display my He-Man action figures displayed with that battle axe, because that's just, I like the axe more. Because if you remember, the original He-Man, when it came out in those comics, he had a battle axe. He was mostly wearing that battle axe. It wasn't until the cartoon where he was mostly rocking that sword, because that's all he had. He didn't have the shield or the axe. He was just rocking the sword. Let's see if we can go ahead and equip him with his shield. Most of my, I always like to equip He-Man with that shield, because hey, when I got my first He-Man, he had a shield and he was equipped with it. So guess what? He's gonna be equipped with his shield. Maybe I should have put the hand on in the, oh, look, there we go. Okay, there it is. Okay, that works. And what else? I said the battle axe. Let's make sure his hand is in there secure. There we go. And this one, he doesn't have a place in the back for you to store the power sword. You can stick it in there, but that's going to, over time, that will loosen up that. But we'll figure out how to store that on them a little bit later. And there's He-Man all equipped. Wait a minute, hold on, slow down. We gotta put his boot knife on, even though that wasn't on the original. Always keep your knife on you, you feel me? Has an elastic band so it can go around. Put it in the boot there, over the. That thing don't want to cooperate today. But guess what? It's gonna get on there. And stick the knife right in there. There we go. And there is Mondo's 12-inch He-Man. I'm really digging this figure. A 12-inch He-Man. Sculpt is nice, paint apps are nice, looks nice, looks like He-Man. Doesn't look like a generic barbarian. He's got a real good He-Man look. Now I think I'm going to display him with the angry head. Nothing wrong with that stoic head, but that angry head. Paint apps on the face are red. You know, the eyes come through real blue. Yeah, the paint apps on the head and the detail, the mouth. Yeah, that's a pretty good looking head. Now that's how my Mondo 12-inch He-Man was going to be displayed. Mondo also has a 12-inch Skeletor, a couple other 12-inch Masters of the Universe figures. They cost, but if you can and if you want it, I'd get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get a couple more myself. You know, I'm gonna have to ration, but I will get a few more. They're also coming out with I think next year a 12-inch Lion-O, and from the videos I've seen, that looked fire too. But yeah, that was Mondo's 12-inch He-Man. I'm real happy with the purchase. The box, I'm going to keep it for a little while, you know, but it probably wind up being thrown in the trash. But that is a nice little box. Oh, okay, and here's something I didn't see. And that may be a stand, because in the back here, taped to the back of the box, let's see. Taped to the back of the box, we have this. And that looks exactly like, okay, I think that was a stand. I believe. Yeah, it goes in there just like that, and you have, yeah, that's what that is, because these things here, they extend, and I guess you put it around his waist, and you put it in the stand just like that there. Huh, that's neat. Yeah, that's a stand. Okay. All right. I see you, Mondo. That's pretty cool. Even though I didn't need it, won't use it, but hey, that's all right. But yeah, if you can, go ahead. I'd recommend go ahead and jumping on those Mondo 1/6 12-inch Masters of the Universe He-Man figures. They fire. And as always, don't let nobody influence you on whether you want to buy a figure. My experience with this figure is just that, my experience. You like the figure, you go out and get it and have your own experience. Although, with something this pricey, you may not want to do that. I mean, if you can, you do it. But I'm just saying, have your own experience and decide yourself if you want a figure or not. And as always, funk still is its own reward. Y'all take it easy.